OneCouncil is the online portal to fill out your timesheets for the city of Kwinana. The process is simple: launch My Timesheets, fill in your hours, and submit. Your supervisor will be notified of your new timesheet, and you will receive an email advising if it's approved or rejected. OneCouncil will keep an active count of your unfinished timesheets until action is taken. This tutorial applies to the following and is provided in a series of topics. Use an internet browser such as Chrome, Safari, or Firefox. Enter the supplied URL into the browser to launch OneCouncil. Enter your email. For a supplied Kwinana address, log on using Office 365. Or use your personal email address. Enter your password. For first time logging on, click the Forgot Password link to reset your password, only if you are using a personal email address. You will receive an email with instructions to reset. Let's dive in and get an understanding of My Timesheets. The layout of the interface is simple. The timesheet consists of a 14-day period, a column for each day. Select the 14-day period using the calendar, or use the navigation to find the correct period. The key to understanding the status of any of your timesheets is highlighted for your convenience in the top right-hand corner. Outstanding is for timesheets in the current pay period you need to fill out and submit. And Future is for the next pay period. Draft are timesheets you have previously started and not submitted. Once the timesheet is submitted, your supervisor receives a notification. Draft, submitted and rejected timesheets are indicated in blue, and approved timesheets are green. The color scheme is reflected throughout the activity blocks and calendar. Next to the status are summary totals for normal, overtime, leave and other. This will be explained further in the next part of this tutorial. At the top, there are menu options. The Action menu has a list of shortcuts. Add leave: I was sick yesterday, I am sick today, and I need a holiday are leave requests. These last three are common requests already preset to fill out the leave form quicker. Load from previous instantly fills out your timesheet by copying the timesheet from last fortnight. Load from work pattern also instantly fills out your timesheet, where the work pattern is your contracted hours. Clear and authorized is to delete all activities on the timesheet if you loaded them in error. Depending on what status your timesheet is at, will determine which functional buttons display, such as Add Activity, Submit, and Recall. You can also toggle between views. The advantage with Activity View is that it provides a breakdown of your rates and leave. After launching My Timesheets, go to your outstanding or future timesheet. Depending on your timesheet format, you may be required to load from work pattern first. This instantly pre-fills the timesheet based on your typical working pattern, contracted hours, and RDO. The timesheet then has to be edited to show lunch breaks. All of the specifics for each different timesheet format can be found in the cheat sheets on the support page. Regardless, all timesheets will require manual entry, and this will be demonstrated for this tutorial. Let's begin. Click on the activity icon to edit. Then change the hours for the first half of the day, and click Save. Repeat this for the rest of the activities. Now do manual entry for the new activities. Select Add Activity. For the entry type, select the appropriate rate. The listed rates are in accordance with your contract. Then enter your hours. The comment field is optional, and you can use this field as a reminder for any prior agreement you had with your supervisor. Click Save, and the activity is recorded to your timesheet. Notice, it is not submitted as the status shows draft. As each activity is added, it is shown in the total for each day. This day has too many hours booked, as a result of not using the 24-hour clock. When you enter the hours, use the correct digits, or remember to add AM or PM. Alternatively, use the time selector. As the activities are added, notice the summary of totals. Your standard rate totals up in normal. Overtime totals are here. All leave types total here. Other is for unpaid activities such as time off in lieu and public holidays. And the total for all of them is here, this excludes other. Ensure this total does not exceed your contracted hours. Leave requests can be created within My Timesheets or from the My Leave function. It is available in Timesheets for the purpose of planning your leave and work hours together. My Leave has an advantage, as it provides a quick insight of all your leave balances without having to begin a leave request to see the balance. In My Timesheets, there are also shortcuts to the more common leave requests to save time in filling out the form. Let's fill out a leave request from scratch. Select Add Leave. The mandatory fields are indicated with the red asterisk. Select the type of leave. Once a selection is loaded, notice the balance summary indicating the hours remaining. This is how many hours you currently have, and it will be different for each category. Some leave categories will have 0 hours in the balance, such as public holiday, leave without pay, and bereavement. If you are entitled to RDO, select it from here. Set the date. You can either take full days or hours by first selecting part day, and then the number of hours. Add an appropriate reason if required. There is also a field for attachments. Simply drag and drop the attachment. At the top, you can either cancel the leave request or submit. It returns to the timesheet, and notice the activity for leave. From here, you can cancel it or go back and make a change. Depending on your timesheet format, RDO is either added as a leave request, or the RDO on the timesheet is left blank with no activity on the timesheet. This is automatically set by load from work pattern, and therefore no action is necessary. Let's demonstrate RDO as a leave request. Select the Action menu, then Add Leave. Select RDO, again, notice the balance summary indicating the hours remaining. This is how many RDO hours you currently have. Set the date. Take full days or hours. Then submit. Once it returns to the timesheet, notice the RDO is also listed as leave. And again, you can cancel it or go back and make a change. For time off in lieu, you will have to make an entry for the hours worked first in your timesheet, before you reclaim it in the future. This in effect banks your TOIL as a balance, so that when you take time off in lieu it is submitted as a leave request. Let me show you. If you worked overtime on Thursday between 4:30 p.m. and 6 p.m., create an activity and select TOIL banked. Notice the total appears in Other and not Normal or Overtime. Neither will it be included in the total. In the future timesheet, add a leave request. Select TOIL taken, check your current balance, and like all leave requests, set the dates, days or hours, and then submit. Timesheets at this stage have not been configured to include public holidays automatically, and this will be revisited in a future phase. Therefore, you will need to modify your timesheet to include public holidays. Payroll will send out notifications as a friendly reminder for your convenience. First, remove your work hours from the public holiday. Then create a leave request. Select public holiday. Unlike all other leave types, the hours remaining will have a zero balance and the system will allow you to proceed. Set the dates and then submit. The activity displays in your timesheet. However, if you have decided to work the public holiday, add an activity, and select public holiday worked, or select the agreed rate with your supervisor. Once your activities are set up for the 2-week timesheet, click Submit. Notice, the status changes to Submitted. Your supervisor will review and either reject or approve it. You will receive an email advising if it is approved or rejected. If any of your timesheets are rejected, outstanding, or left in draft, OneCouncil keeps an active count until it is actioned. If you submit by mistake, you can recall just like that. While the timesheet is in draft or submitted, you can delete all activities by selecting Clear Unauthorized and then start again. This will not delete leave requests. For rejected timesheets, check the notification from your supervisor, located here. Then amend the activity in question. Notice, the status changes from rejected to a draft. After making the corrections, submit the timesheet again. You will receive your payslip by email, and you can also view your pay slips in another function. Select Home to return to Main menu. Then launch My HR and Pay. Select My Pay, then Pay Advices to view your payslips. If you are using a shared device, be sure to log off, or you risk someone viewing your details. Use an internet app on your mobile such as Google, Safari, or Firefox. Enter the supplied URL into the browser to launch OneCouncil. Enter your email. For a supplied Kwinana address, log on using Office 365. Or use your personal email address. Enter your password. For first time logging on, click the Forgot Password link to reset your password, only if you are using a personal email address. You will receive an email with instructions to reset. After successfully logging on, go to My and launch My Timesheets. Then go to your outstanding or future timesheet. Add your activities. Select your role if you have more than one. Clock in your hours. It is important to enter the correct hours and use the 24-hour clock. Alternatively, use the selector. Comments can be added particularly when you have a prior agreement with your supervisor, such as covering a shift for a team member. Click Save. Here is the activity on the timesheet. After adding a few more, you can see which days have activities and drill down to see more. The timesheet shows draft and total hours. Once you're done for the 2-week period, select Submit. The status changes from draft to submitted. You can go back and recall, make changes and submit again. Your supervisor will review your timesheet, and it will be approved or rejected. This will be alerted to you by email. The numbered notifications on the function tile are for draft and outstanding timesheets. Approved and rejected can be seen on the status as well. For rejected, check the note from your supervisor, make changes to the timesheet and submit again. Let's fill out a leave request from a mobile. Launch My Leave. My Leave blocks out all of your existing leave requests in a calendar. It is color-coded to show the status. Scroll down to see your leave balances. Select the Action menu and Request Leave or one of the shortcuts for sick or holiday. The mandatory fields are indicated with the red asterisk. Select the type of leave. Set the date. Once the selections are loaded, notice the balance summary indicating the hours remaining. This is how many hours you currently have, and it will be different for each category. A reminder that some leave categories will have 0 hours in the balance, such as public holiday, leave without pay, and bereavement. You can either take full days or hours by first selecting part day, and then the number of hours. Add an appropriate reason if required. There is also a field for attachments. Tap Add and then Add File. Either select a file or photo, or even take a new photo. Set the attachment type. Select the pencil icon to rename the attachment. Ensure you follow the convention, medical certificate, -name, -date. Once it is all set, select Submit. It returns to the calendar, and notice the activity for leave. From here, you can cancel it or go back and make a change. As a rule of thumb, always check your timesheets are approved. You can find further guides and tutorials by clicking here to the support page. And follow up with your supervisor directly for any queries. Look out for this sign, your friendly change champion is here to help, and log on to the hub for more updates on OneCouncil.